they're open. That's good news. Hello, Richard. Welcome to York Unlocked.
Yes. This is the Blue House Bookshop. We're mainly children's bookshop. So we start young downstairs and it gets older as you go up the stairs.
Gets older. We'll get older as we go up the stairs, don't we?
Will.
Do you want to come around the front and we can perhaps give us a little spin around the kind of stock then? So what we've got, mostly sort of picture books downstairs, is it?
Yes, so it's board books down here, baby books here, even bath books which change colour in the bath.
Baby books. So what's the perfect age to start a child on books then, would you say, Richard?
Oh, straight away.
Straight away?
Yeah.
Just get them used to it, yeah?
Yeah, get books in the bath and they'll be fine. And then you get to kind of the more robust board books.
So when you say books in the bath, they're actually waterproof books then, are they?
Yeah, they change colour in the bath, that's the whole point of them.
Isn't that fabulous?
It's to do with it getting wet is the secret. You have to dry them properly to warm the work again.
Otherwise they get a bit smelly, I would imagine.
I've not tried it myself, but honestly, this is rather
I
tough.
remember the rubber ducks used to it. Well, isn't this wonderful?
So board books here, some of them are story books, some of the kind of learning type books. Then you get kind of the picture books as well, and you get some books over there which are kind of more factual, but they're all beautiful books.
So why just children's books? Why was that the focus, or has that evolved to become the focus of your business?
No, that's how we set up. So we're kind of starting with the young children, and then we have go into chapter books and easy readers, and then there's some grown-up books as well. Graphic novels, around for that. Some industry books in that. We'll have a look at upstairs.
So it's your kind of mission to get kids reading and get them loving books. Yeah,
we're very much involved with the Open University Reading for Pleasure scheme, which is trying to do just that, of getting children not having to read a book in school, but when they're outside of school. And so it's kind of educating parents as well as the children.
Because the funny thing is, isn't it, we sort of say kids don't read, but actually they're on the phones reading text all the time.
Oh yeah.
It's how they read and what they read, isn't it, is really kind of the issue, not are they reading. Everyone's reading all the time.
It doesn't matter if they're reading a cornflakes package or something like that. As they can progress onto books and see the wonder that is in books. And also comparing the book to the film.
Yeah.
If they read the book first and then they find that the film doesn't kind of meet with their expectations.
Indeed. So everybody says, don't they, that the kind of the way that sort of bookshops or any stores where you compete with the internet is the experience is actually being inside. So you've got a fabulous unit here that's both beautiful, historical and practical. Can you take us a bit of a kind of tour around the building?
Well, yes. I mean, one of the things we do, we have creative writing courses for 8 to 13-year-olds, which we run kind of half terms and sometimes at weekends. So we do lots of things like that and have various groups come in here as well. And if you come this way, the oldest part of the building is this back wall, which is the boundary wall to St Mary's Abbey. So it's 13th century.
Okay.
You can see the salt coming out of the stones there. And
so you've got a 13th century stone.
That's right.
I wonder how many stories these walls could tell.
Oh, they could, yes.
Wow, look at that. Quite literally the patina of age, isn't it? Isn't that amazing? And this is part of the walls that surround the Abbey, isn't it?
That's right. So the Abbey came at the end of the 11th century. So you remember Stamford Bridge, Battle of Stamford Bridge.
Yep.
Harold beat the Vikings and then marched his troops down to take on William down in Hastings. And
we've got a bit of a Viking rune there, haven't we?
And William defeated Harold there, but then wanted to establish himself in York, which of course was a Viking city.
Yeah.
And so he encouraged some monks who were actually from Whitby to come set up St Mary's Abbey, and they built that. And then a while later, they decided that they needed a boundary wall, so things clearly weren't going well.
No.
And this road, Bootham, is where the booths for the merchants had. And so they put all their wares out in front of here. So it's kind of partly outside the Abbey walls, and partly outside the city walls. And so that was the way it was done.
And of course, the Abbey would have been the centre of reading and learning at the time, wouldn't it? You wouldn't probably find many people literate outside the Abbey, would you? So it's kind of appropriate, really. It's now kind of a bookshop, isn't it?
Yeah. There were, I mean, the buildings came a lot later, following the boundary walls. And in fact, they built across the road. It says opposite the boundary wall, so it's kind of there rather than here next to the boundary.
So this wall here, have we an idea of kind of the sort of age of this sort of part of the building?
Well, I think it looks Tudory, but it's more probably 18th century because there was a siege of York in 1644.
Yeah.
Everything was laid waste except for St Mary's Tower and Ingram's house further up in Bookshop.
Which is just kind of very near to here, isn't it?
So they were the only kind of two buildings that it said were still...
So you think this is going to rebuilt probably in the decades following that, yeah.
So they built across the road.
Yeah.
There's evidence of people complaining about broken tiles on the road, the smell of pigsties and pigs as well and things like that. So then these buildings were built, as I said, kind of 18th century, to kind of make a bit more.
So when you say booth, is this a kind of shop that you would have kind of gone into, or would have this been like a sort of shop facing out into the street, whereby, like the Shambles, we know weren't really shops people went into as such, rather you would be trading in the street and having sort of stop behind you?
So the merchants traded in the street, and then they added these to kind of make a more permanent basis.
Yeah.
But that was the start of it. And this shop has been all sorts of things. It was in the kind of 19th century, it was a greengrocer's, where we've had a family come in and talk about their history of being back here. Their family lived here. Greengrocers downstairs, and on the 2 floors up here were where they live. And then kind of more recently, it's been anything from a kind of newsagents to art gallery into a tailor's, and famously was a tailor's for many
I remember
years.
it, yeah.
And he used to sit across the Bootham Tavern, and when someone came to the door,
Which is just over there.
put his beer down and run across.
It's a good kind of business model, isn't it?
That's my kind of ambition, to be able to do that. I do it to north-south of cafe.
It's got a slightly louder bell on the door. You could maybe make that work, wouldn't you? So downstairs with picture books. What have we got up here then in terms of your
So up
stocking?
here we've got over here is the kind of adult and young adult section,
Fabulous.
and then towards the end is the graphic novels.
Ah.
A bit more kind of cards and picture books as well. They've got early readers down this side, and then behind us on here on the left is the kind of the chapter books. So that's
What's kind of nice, I think when you come into a children's bookshop, is obviously as a parent, the stuff that I know my kids are reading and I read to them, and obviously as they kind of grow up, but also stuff that I was reading when I was a child, that some of that is still around,
Yeah.
but it's always being sort of supplemented and complemented, isn't it, by newer authors.
Yeah.
But looking along some of these kind of classic authors that were around 40, 50 years ago, you can still see their stuff. So it really does stand the test of time, doesn't it, a lot of this stuff?
And there are kind of the classics along there, and
Anna Green Gables, I mean, even
That's right.
older than me, isn't it? But Bedknobs and Broomsticks are very old again.
and there's Terry Pratchett's trilogy,
Ian
Truckers, Diggers and Wings.
Nesbitt, that's sort of turn of the century, isn't it? So Tom Sawyer, Mark Twain, of course. So you've got a nice kind of mix, haven't you, of kind of all different eras. And to what degree is the graphic novel, would you say, kind of taking over or competing with?
It's booming now. And
Yeah.
If we go up there, you can see there's a whole range of novels there. Some are written to be graphic, but some are kind of graphicalized. I don't know what
Yeah.
the word is. But I've kind of said The Invisible Man, and so it's kind of there's some illustrations in
A lot of text in there, though, as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a different balance of text
So- And then there's kind of this one, The Lord of the Flies, here as well, which is
William Golding. That's right, yeah.
so that's fully kind of cartooned.
Beautiful.
But it's great because it gets them into kind of good stories, but in a graphic style.
And that's books you're going to want to own and keep, isn't it, as well?
Yeah.
So that's not kind of transitory, is it? Comic style. Should we go up one more? I think you've got another floor, haven't you?
Well, that's kind of the attic area, which is really kind of where we kind of dump stuff and store stuff, and it's the kitchen and that kind of thing, really, in the toilet.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of,
So it's not
but
for
there
film
is-
because you
you're
might
right,
say.
there's one here. And we do kind of clear it out sometimes and have a writer's attic there, so writers can come in
Yeah.
and write stuff from there as well. So
So how long you say you've been there? 6 years?
6 years, yes.
And what was it attracted you to this particular unit then?
I think it was the style of the building,
Yeah.
and the fact that we imagined, obviously the bookshelves weren't in there. We imagined doing that, putting kind of white books in against the white walls, but letting the books speak to themselves with their covers being the colour for the bookshop. And I think that it works really well, and that it becomes kind of quite a cosy place, an inviting place for people to come. And bookshops nowadays have nice cosy chairs to kind of sit on.
Yeah, I was noticing that. So I can't let you go. I mean, it's been fantastic. Without asking you for a recommendation, there'll be plenty of people watching this, I'm sure, that are grandparents, parents, aunties, uncles, and so forth, looking for a recommendation, maybe a birthday or even Christmas. Can you mention something might not have heard of, but will be your tip for a Christmas or a birthday present?
Well, I certainly like the Terry Pratchett trilogy of Truckers, Diggers and Wings, which is a great story. It's about gnomes that live in a department store. And they just get everything just a little bit wrong in the world.
Can we just pull those out? Let's have a little look so we
Yeah.
recognise the covers. So Terry Pratchett died, didn't he, a couple of years back?
Yeah.
And more kind of known for kind of adult sort of fantasy,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Obviously...
But this is good. I mean, the gnomes believe that it's the leaves falling from the trees that cause the wind.
And what sort of age group is that sort of ideal for, would you say?
That's kind of primary school, early secondary school, that type of thing.
So it's almost like Roald Dahl sort of...
I mean, often books, you can read books to younger children, but then as they grow older, they quite like to read them themselves as well. So there's that kind of stuff. And then I think it was downstairs, I think there's gone.
Well, perhaps one graphic novel and then one downstairs. We've got different age groups, and then we'll leave you to get about your business.
Phantom Tollbooth, of course, which is a favourite.
The Phantom Tollbooth.
This is the invention of Hugo Cabret,
Wow.
which is was the film Hugo.
Oh yeah, yes.
And
I remember. Yes, the clockwork things. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
About a filmmaker and Paris. So that's lovely. That's a lovely book.
Okay, and then perhaps one for younger readers downstairs, and then we'll leave you to the rest of your day. This is such a lovely unit. I can really imagine spending a lot of time in here. It's. I wish you'd been around when I was a kid. We should get book tokens for birthdays, and is that still a thing? Book tokens? Do you ever receive this?
Oh yes, we do national book tokens.
Yeah, still a thing.
And that kind of thing. I was looking for. We've got one in the window.
So it's a busy road, but it's very quiet and peaceful here, isn't it?
It can be until ambulances and police cars go. So there's this one which is Here Be Giants, which is Susanna Lloyd, which is a very funny book, and it's about a knight and his horse going on in pursuit of giants.
So Don Quixote-esque, isn't it?
And as you can see, yes, they actually honour giant.
Aha!
And then there's this series of A Day in the Life, which is Mike Barfield. This is his latest one out. It's about fossils, fire and fantastic finds. And you can see here it's all kind of, again, cartoony type of book, but great for someone who's not keen necessarily on reading.
Little short bits, clips, yeah.
Each section there is in it stands alone. There's some interesting facts in there and humour.
Perfect. And do you have a website? Is there a way people can have a look
Yeah.
at your stock and you do mail order?
bluehousebookshop.co.uk.
The Blue House Bookshop. Listen, that's been perfect. Thank you so much, Richard, for spending some time today, sharing with us. Great to meet you, and good luck with your business. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wasn't that fantastic? Love that. Thank you. Bye-bye.